Susan Jaques went on a trip of a lifetime down to South Beach, Florida, spring of 1986. She was just 18 years old. She and 9 friends chose to travel down to Fort Lauderdale to enjoy the beach that April. Sadly, she never returned home. And her death remains yet another terrible mystery. It all began April 25th, 1986. That night, Susan and her friends went out of town. A large group of high school kids stayed out until the wee hours of the morning before heading back to their motel. But about an hour after they arrived, Susan told pals she wanted to go for a walk on the beach. The friends bid her farewell, thinking that they were all safe. They expected to run into her shortly after, but something horrible happened during that late night walk. And nobody ever saw her again. When Susan didn't come home for a few hours, her alarmed friends contacted the cops. Police in Fort Lauderdale immediately began to search for her. At first, they had no luck. Then 3 days later, Susan's body was found 35 miles away. She had been dumped in a canal in a remote part of the state. Investigators were stumped from the start. The canal water had left her body very decomposed even after 3 days. Her corpse was in such bad state that police couldn't determine her cause of death. They also couldn't get a reliable toxicology report or document any injuries that she may have had. Even worse, there were very few leads as to where Susan went before her death. After she had left her friends to walk on the beach, nobody has ever reported seeing her or knowing her ultimate destination. Because of it, cops have remained confused about the what had happened. For the record, they were not even sure if she was actually murdered. Some theories claim Susan fell into the canal and drowned. Her body was merely carried into the water's current to its final resting spot. Still, many others believe she met with foul play during that beach stroll. But whatever went down, it remains a mystery 40 years later. And I highly doubt a girl is going to walk 35 miles anywhere. That don't make no sense.